out for my daily walk. I was just on the phone with a really great friend. Her name is Mary. She does all kinds of amazing things. And we were talking about how sometimes we think our spirit guides don't necessarily understand this human life that we're in. Do you ever get those downloads or that push to go do something, start a business, to leave your job, to create, to do art, to get in a relationship, anything at all? You get this nudge, this knowing that you're supposed to do this, and that's the path you're supposed to be on, and it's like it feels so magical, and then all of a sudden it stops. The inspiration's gone, your spirit guides are nowhere to be found, and you feel kind of like stuck in this limbo. So we were talking about that because we're both into spirituality. We both have our own businesses that center around helping people. And, both of us get these downloads, different ones for our different personalities, our different businesses. And most of the time we hear, you know what to do. The information's already within you. Trust the process. Doesn't that make you just want to friggin' scream? Trust the process. Yeah, I've got bills to pay. I'm going to trust the process. Is that what I write on the check to my mortgage company? Trust the process. We were just thinking about these things and it's just so funny. But at the same time, it's true. I cannot tell you how many downloads I've gotten or intuitive nudges I've received over the years to do something or start something or create something or stop doing something that absolutely changed my life, that absolutely excelled me forward, that put me in places that I was meant to be in. And I really think that our spirit guides, they understand and they know, but at the same time, they can't tell you word for word, you're supposed to do this. Go to this building at 2:33 p.m. on Monday, October something. They can't do that. All of it's up to you. All they can do is lead you and guide you and give you information. And so we were talking about, do they really help us? Do they really guide us? And how come in those moments where we're feeling lost and stuck and in a void, why aren't they there? Why aren't they opening doors? Why aren't they doing more? And as I'm walking, I received information about that I wanted to share. So what I'm getting is that in those moments where you're asking, and especially for something big, I know for myself and my friend Mary, we were asking for big things. Creating books, writing books that millions of people are going to read. Creating courses that are going to change thousands of lives. Creating tarot decks or oracle decks that thousands of people are going to use. Those are big things. And I really think that when we ask for those bigger things, it's not a no when you don't hear from your guide, or you feel like you're in this void, or you feel like you're stuck. I personally feel, and this is what I'm getting to, is that this is your time to integrate. This is your time to make sure. And by make sure, I mean make sure that's what you want. Make sure that you're following what your heart wants instead of what you think other people want or what other people would appreciate. So like the tarot cards, for example. You get this nudge to create beautiful tarot cards, and then your analytical mind will kick in. Well, what if people don't like them? What if people don't buy them? What if they're not pretty enough? What if I'm not a good enough artist? All kinds of things, right? Your mind is just going to go and go and go. So this is your time to integrate. What if people don't buy them? I love me no matter what, and I know I'm going to put out a really good product. What if people think they're ugly? My work is not for everyone, and everyone's work is not for me. You might do something that's not for me, I might do something that's not for you, but that doesn't devalue me or my work, right? I think, and I really feel, that it's not our spirit guides kicking back and say, oh, you got to figure it out. I think it's them saying, you got this, but you've got to figure it out for you. You've got to work through, you've got to process through that. So let me give you another example. I started my soul care intuitive business in 2019. I had this huge spiritual awakening in 2014 after my dad died, and another one in 2019. And I really wanted to start a spiritual business to help people to learn how to become mediums. Because when my dad was killed, I said, you know what, I'm going to figure out how to do this. I'm going to figure out how to talk to him. There's no way that that's it. There's no way that I'll never hear from him again. No way. And I made it my mission to learn. And so in 2019, I started my business to teach other people how to do the same thing. I wrote a book, Mediumship is Easy. I created courses. I created a website. So many amazing things. But there have been so many moments throughout my business where the ideas have come and things almost feel like they stop. Things almost feel like the word no, like, no, you can't. When in reality, it's more of you need to process. So when I got the idea to write my book, I probably got that idea a year before I released it, maybe even more than that, 2 years. And in between those 2 years, from that moment I got the nudge until I released it, I was integrating and processing. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. But as I'm thinking about it and looking back, that's exactly what was happening. My spirit guides took a step back to let me figure it out for me, to let me integrate for me, to let me figure my story out for me. You know, if they're always there saying, do this, do that, here's this download, here's this idea, here's this thing, create this course, go to this restaurant and meet this person, go do this. They're basically dictating your life for you. They're telling you what to do. They're giving you the play-by-play, and that's not their job. Their job is to guide you and help you, but 80% of it is up to you. The other 20% is them. And a lot of people think that because that 80% is all you, that they're not helping you, they're not guiding you, they're not leading you. And that's just simply not true. They're being the loving, unconditional parent, saying, you know what, you're stronger than you think you are. I'm gonna step back because you're gonna figure this out. You are more worthy than you think you are, and I'm gonna step back and let you figure that out for you. All the while standing there patting your back, you got this, you can do this. So when you're in those moments where you're constantly wondering if your spirit guides care or understand, I know it's hard, especially when you keep getting this nudge about a business or something that requires money. Hell, I've gotten the nudge to quit my job so many times, but it's like, do they realize I have a mortgage to pay, right? In those moments, it's not that they're telling you to quit your job. It's that they're telling you to find love and compassion and joy for what you do. And if it's not at that current job, find one that gives you those feelings. And in those moments where you've asked for something, you've wanted clarity, you've gotten a download about a book, you've gotten a download about a business, you've gotten a download about a course, and you feel like they've kind of dropped that download in and then disappeared, just know that this is them not disappearing, but saying, you got this. You're gonna figure it out for you. Now, I've been in that void at one time I was in that void for about a year, where I had all these ideas and all these fun, amazing things I wanted to do. And then all of a sudden I feel nothing. I'm not motivated. I have no drive. Nothing feels good. And then all of a sudden I'm in this void for a year, right? Like you get this magical download, these magical feelings. And then it feels like the spirit guides, okay, we gave it to you, bye. However long you're in that void, that does not determine your worthiness. That does not determine how worthy your guides see you. That determines you integrating, processing, thinking, feeling, knowing, taking action, doing the things that you love to do. I'm hoping this all makes sense, because like as I'm saying it, it makes complete sense in my mind, but sometimes words don't translate to feelings and thoughts. The words just aren't the same. So hopefully I'm making sense. Basically, your spirit guides are never stepping away and saying, oh, forget it. They're giving you space to find you, to find what you want. Just because they downloaded you with you should make this tarot deck, that doesn't mean you have to. You integrate, you think, you process. Maybe you try to put one together, and if it doesn't feel aligned, you move on. I don't ever think our spirit guides are gonna drop a thing in our, write a book, create tarot, start this business, create this course. I don't think they ever drop those into our minds and fully expect us to 100% deliver and carry it out. I think that these are just thoughts that they send to us. Something that we can do, something they know we can do, but they give us the free will to choose. And that void that you feel where you're not motivated, you don't want to, it feels almost like you can't. This is the time for you to ask yourself, do I want to? What's it gonna cost me? Am I aligned? Do I feel a purpose in this? And if the answer is no, it's no, and you let it go. But if the answer is yes, move forward. Maybe the answer is yes, but not right now. Put it to the side. Our guides give us free will, and I don't think they ever give you something that you cannot handle. And I don't think they ever give you something where you absolutely have to. It's an idea. It's an expression, it's a thought. And what you do with it is up to you. And I see a lot of clients too who feel like they have to chase every download. They have to chase every lead. They have to chase every thought, every feeling. And that's not true. That's going to burn you out. That's going to create a lot of resistance in your energy. That's going to create just harm overall. You don't have to chase every idea or every thought. Your spirit guides are always letting you choose what you want to do. It's never a you have to, it's a you get to. I hope that clears that up. This was a really fun conversation that me and Mary were having. And I know in the moments when you really need help, when you're really desperate, or you're in that void for so long, you just think you're alone. You're not. And new perspectives come all the time. I did a video a few days ago talking about how I was able to get new perspective after the death of my father by simply going for a walk, moving my body, moving the energy in my body. And maybe that's what you need, a new perspective, moving your body in a way that moves the energy so that new energy can come in and the old energy can go out. In the video, I was talking about, it can be anything, walking, crocheting, you're moving your hands, you're moving your energy, maybe going swimming, playing tennis, whatever that is. If you move the energy of your body, the energy of your thoughts and feelings will move as well, and you'll get clarity and you'll get a different perspective. So try that out the next time you're feeling stuck. Go for a walk, do something in nature, just move your body and see how that works for you.